Hey, what's going on, Aries? Butch here. I'm going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. I decided to put that there. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do it, and I get a lot of questions on what deck I'm using, so hopefully this will answer some of your questions. I've been sitting here for about an hour, just setting up my thing, shuffling my decks. But I got this new light today at the dollar store, and I had to show it. I know I'm a big friggin' kid, but if you can't have fun, what can you have, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. It's got all these different colors. You can do the disco thing, the night light, black light. I paid $4 for it. Anyway, I had to share it with someone, and I thought Aries would get it. You guys are very free-spirited, like I am. I like to have a little bit of fun. Anyway, with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Aries? What is going on for Aries, universe? What can we see for Aries? All right, Aries. So the first thing I see is there's definitely someone new coming in. Or better yet, this person has you coming in. I feel like this person has been waiting for a very long time for someone like you. We have that Three of Wands waiting for that. In this deck, it's like waiting for that perfect wave. Usually it's that ship coming in, but with this, it's like this, this person is just waiting for that perfect wave. They're waiting their whole life for that perfect wave, and it's finally coming in. It's off in the horizon, but it's heading their way. Now, with this person, the first thing I see is I feel like with this person, I feel like this person has recently walked away from something, something that was causing them a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, something that it resembled to them an emotional prison. We have that Eight of Swords. I feel like this person was in like a self-imposed prison, and they finally broke free. And I don't feel like it was like a recent relationship. I just feel like they finally released the burdens of that past relationship. They finally made their way out of a very dark place. And it's almost like you coming in is that sun coming in. You brighten up the moment. With you, they see, they're very, very much seeing a lot of potential, On top of that, they feel a lot. You know what I mean? Like we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. They're only seeing you. You know, and I feel like with that past that they had, I feel like they got so caught up, and and I feel like they got so twisted and turned around that they didn't know which way was up. But then you coming in is like that sun's finally rising, and they know which way is up now. They're starting to see things in a different perspective. With that Hangman, and I feel like with this person, I mean, I feel like you're bringing a lot of emotions out of this person. They didn't know, either they didn't have anymore or they didn't have ever. I feel like with that past connection that they had, I feel like it really did a number on them. And I feel like it put them out of commission for a long time. But you're awakening emotions in this person that they never felt like they could have it again. Or, it's almost like when you're in a situation and you get hurt so bad that you give up on love. You give up on finding that perfect person because you feel like they don't exist. And then you come along and you awaken all these emotions that this person never truly had before. And it's an awakening. Now, in the beginning, I feel like this person, I feel like there is going to be some internal struggle. And I feel like they're going to hide their feelings from you in the beginning. And it's not because of you. It's not about how they feel about you. It's because this person didn't see this coming. They didn't see you coming. They thought they were done with it. They thought that it was a game over. And I feel like they've been finding themselves, and I feel like there's a very free spirit with this person. Like it's almost like it's a bird that's been trapped in a cage for a long time and they finally got loose. And every connection seemed like a cage since, so they avoid that. They've been avoiding that. It's like I said, like a bird that's in a cage for its whole life, and then one day they get out of that cage. They don't ever want to go back to a cage. And they look at everything as a cage, kind of. But with you, you're just like this beautiful tree that they could see themselves living in. And I don't know where I was going with that, but like I said, they see potential here. They feel it. But it doesn't mean it's going to come easy. Like I said, that internal struggle within the chaos that this is causing within them. I mean, on one side, they're afraid of getting hurt. They're afraid of getting trapped. But on the other side, they don't want to have regrets. They don't want to go through life wondering, what if? So this is why it is a struggle for this person to accept how they feel about you. But don't let that get to you too much, because I don't feel like it's going to stop this. This is still new. But I feel like even though all these things are going on in this person's mind, it's not stopping them from wanting to chase you. It's not stopping them from wanting to grab you and hold on tight. This is, like I said, very free spirit with this person. They didn't think they could find someone like you. They didn't think they would ever find anyone like you. And it would take a very special person in their mind to ever have them consider being with someone again. And I mean this in the actual physical, mental, and emotional way. Not just being with someone physically, even though that has been on their mind. But they definitely feel something with you that they never thought they could feel. I feel like they got a taste of it in their past relationship, and then they realized very quickly that it went downhill. But with you, it's It's like winning the lottery. It's like having your numbers all being called. You know, you buy the ticket, but you never really think that you're going to win. And this person just wrote off their numbers and they realized they won. That 6 of Wands, that victory, that 9 of Cups, that emotional fulfillment. It's all coming on very quickly like a wave. Again with the wave. But you're the wave, and it's just, it's coming in so quickly, but that's not going to stop this person. Because from what I see, I mean, we have new love, and we have this person being very open and honest with you. You know, opening up communication, telling you how they feel. You know, one thing you're going to find with this person is, like I said, is a very free spirit. And it's almost like they're finding this beautiful tree that they can land on. And I mean, I started this with you being the tree, but I feel like you're just another bird in the tree. You know, another free spirit, someone that they can have fun with, someone that they don't feel tied down with, someone that doesn't feel like a prison. You know, it's just about freedom. It's about being there for each other, but also knowing that there's times when we just have to go our own way. But we always find our way back. They didn't expect to find you. They weren't looking for you. But now that they found you, you've opened a whole can of worms with this person. I don't want to go with the bird references and the worms. But anyway, like I said, I mean, they've been hurt before. It caused them a lot of anxiety. You know, they felt trapped in a situation. And the last thing this person wants to do is get trapped again. But don't think for a minute that's going to stop them from seeing this through, because I don't feel like that's going to stop them at all. You know, I do feel like in the beginning they are going to hide how they feel until they figure out what it is that they do feel. And I feel like getting to know each other would be very helpful with this. But like I said, not only do I see forward movement, not only do I see this person chasing you, which is different for Aries, having someone chase you rather than the opposite. I see a foundation being built here, like a strong foundation. It's very free. It's very rewarding. It's like knowing you're with the person you're meant to be without having to say a word. You know, just feeling it. You know, they're drawn to you. They can't help that. They don't want to help it. And I feel like with all that, the release of that burden, you know, sometimes when we get into a relationship and we start to, you know, we jump in too quickly, like this past relationship they had, I feel like they jumped in too quickly, and I feel like it got very smothering. You know, I feel like they felt trapped, and I feel like they finally broke free of that, and they started to spread their wings. And they felt like there'd be no reason why they'd ever pursue someone again. But then they met you. They didn't see it coming. But with you, your energy is so different. And with them, I feel like that past connection was more passion. You know, I feel like this person kind of went down the wrong path. And we're all guilty of that. I feel like we've all been in situations where we're with someone that we thought they were who we thought they were, until it felt like it was too late. But like I said, I see a lot of forward movement. I feel like this person's going to chase you. You know, we have new love, but it's also very free. I feel like you're going to have a really good time with this person. I feel like this person, there's no judgment, there's no um, assumptions, there's just freedom. But even though there's no real labels, you keep finding your way back to each other. And you will continue to do so, as far as I can see. One of the most important things about this connection is that I feel like it's honest. I feel like what they learned from that past relationship is being honest about themselves, about being honest about how they feel, and being honest with the person. With this person we have Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I think I already said that. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. I relate. I mean, for all you that don't want to listen to me go on, this is the time I usually go on. For all you that still want to stay and listen, I remember when I was young, I met this girl. We had fun. We had a lot of fun together. It wasn't anything serious. It was just, we're having fun. We liked hanging out with each other. We were compatible, so we started to date. We ended up living together for a little while. And then all of a sudden, she changed. And all of a sudden, I was expected to change. And I realized that she didn't change at all. She was just hiding who she was for a long time when I first met her. And then when the true person came out, I felt smothered. I felt like I was being made to change. And I didn't like it. But for some reason I tried. I felt like I was responsible to try, because when I make a commitment, I commit. And I tried. And then one day I looked at myself in the mirror and I realized I don't know who I am. I don't know where I'm at. And I don't know where I was going. And it hit me. It wasn't my fault. Or at least it wasn't all my fault. It was obviously my fault enough to allow that to happen, but I finally broke up with her. And it took me a long time to allow anybody in my space again. And it's hard when someone puts on an act for 6 months, a year. Some people even go longer. But it's hard when you commit to something and then you realize it's not what you thought it was. And then you get in the conundrum where you're like, am I obligated to stay? And the answer is no. And it took me a long time to realize that. I try to be a good person. I try to do what was right, what I thought was right. And what's right is being yourself. And if a situation you're in doesn't feel right, and you don't have any way to fix it, sometimes you gotta walk away. And it took me a long time to trust anybody again, because I was afraid that I'd meet somebody else. I'd go through that year of dating whoever they wanted to make me think they were, and then I'd get trapped again. But then I met someone, and it was out of my control. I was drawn in. And And I think that happens for all of us. You know, even people that have trust issues, eventually you meet that one person that you just trust. That one person that just takes you out of that. They make you see how lonely you are without them. You know, and it's a good thing. Trust me, it doesn't. I know it sounds kind of sad, but it's a good thing because it breaks you out of that vibe. And I feel like that happens for everybody. That right person comes along that you can't ignore. You can't ignore how you feel. See, that first relationship I was in, I feel like it was based on the physical. You know, I was young and I was drawn in by the physical. And I thought I could make it more. And like I said, that was my fault. But also the fact that she had the wool over my eyes for a year, and then when I realized who she really was, I felt like I was already committed. But like I said, that's why I relate to this reading. I feel like this person was afraid to give themselves to someone else. They were afraid to be bamboozled again. But sometimes that right person comes along and the energy is undeniable. You can't shake it, nor do you want to. That's what I got for you. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.